All right, we have the desired amount of each coin for our different coin pairs, our three liquidity pools in our MetaMask wallet. So now it's time to create these positions. All right, let's do it. Let's kick off the income. So here we go. All right, so we want to be on the pools tab in Uniswap, and we're going to create a new position. And the first position I'm going to create is ETH render. All right, and we need to enter our price range again. So let me grab that from TradingView for ETH render. And it was 312 and 688. Okay, 312 and 688. All right, and then I'm gonna deposit all of the render down at the bottom here, all of the render from my MetaMask wallet. So I'll select max. All right, and I'll approve Uniswap's access to my render for the purposes of this liquidity pool. And this custom spending cap thing here, this is something that MetaMask just recently added. I don't worry about it. It looks scary, but we trust Uniswap. We trust MetaMask. This is something that comes into play with a lot of other random, Web3 decentralized applications that you may interact with. But again, we trust Uniswap, we trust MetaMask. So I just hit next when I see this and I hit approve. So that's approving the use of my render for this liquidity pool. It takes a minute. And there we go. Render has been approved. So the last step is just to preview the pool. Okay, I'm providing 1,340.7 render in this pool. I'm contributing 1.71 Ethereum to the pool. My price range is 310.98 render per ETH. On the low end, it's 692.06 render per ETH on the high end. And the current price is in the middle here, 509.251 render per ETH. And I'm gonna add this liquidity. Okay, I'm gonna pay $12.89 as a transaction fee for creating this liquidity position. Okay, so this is our first goal as a liquidity provider. Okay, we pay a transaction fee in order to create this position. Our first goal is to make this money back, and then from there, it's all profit, right? So $12.31 now that just updated. That's what we're gonna pay. No big deal. We'll make that up in a heartbeat. Okay, so I'll click confirm. That transaction has been submitted. I'll close this out. And then in just a minute here, that new liquidity position should show up on my list of active liquidity pools here on the pools page. And there it is, render ETH. This position is now live. It's active. We put $9,970.73 worth of these two tokens into this pool. And the coin mix is 60% render, 40% ETH to start out. Again, just because of where the current price is relative to the range that I specified, and we're good to go. Okay. As people begin trading and swapping within this liquidity pool, I'll start earning fee income right here. Okay. So you'll see your fee income show up just down below here, and we'll be making fees in the form of these two tokens. Okay, so we're earning income. It'll be reflected as a US dollar value here, but we're earning fees denominated in render and in ETH. Okay, and fun fact, this little graphic over here is actually an NFT that you now own in your MetaMask wallet. So if you open up MetaMask, click on the NFTs tab, any liquidity positions that you open, and you can see that I've had a bunch of them here. You now have an NFT representing that position in your MetaMask wallet. Okay, so we're up and running here with our ETH render pool. Let's go ahead and create the second position, which was ETH injective. So there we go. I'll select injective, and I need to grab that range from TradingView, and that range is 30 to 144. 30 to 144. And I'm gonna deposit all of my injective into this pool. Okay, there we go. I'll select max. It will automatically add the correct amount of ETH per this amount of injective. Okay, I'll preview this transaction, and I don't need to confirm injective because I've been in a lot of ETH injective pools here on Uniswap. So and very, very recently. So I don't need to approve Uniswap accessing my injective. I'll probably need to do that step again with the next pool, the ETH veracity pool, but I don't need to do it for injective because, again, I've done that just recently. So I'll review all the details here. Everything looks good. So I'll click on add and then confirm that, and it'll create that position. And there we go. So I now have 3 liquidity pools active: my old ETH Caspa one and my new ETH render and ETH injective. Let's create that last one, that ETH veracity position. So I'll search for veracity here. It's going to select my fee tier for me. That's the one that I want. And I just need to come grab my range, which is 238.810 on the low end, 238.810, and the high end of my range is 448.638. 448.638. And I'm going to deposit all of my veracity, and it's going to automatically populate my ETH, the ETH portion of my deposit when I do that. I'll preview it, click add, confirm that, and we now have that position set up as well. Okay, so we now have 3 new active liquidity pools that we can now monitor day to day, week to week, and we're earning income. Okay, that's all there is to it. In the next lesson, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna monitor these 3 new liquidity pool positions over the next few days. And I'm gonna show you how our principal balance can shift day to day. I'll show you fee income coming in so that you know exactly what that looks like. And we'll also talk through some of the considerations that I make as we start getting real data and seeing how these things actually perform, and just how I manage everything and track results and all that. So it's gonna be really fun, and I look forward to seeing you there as we bring this program to a close.
All right, well, I got no questions, man. Like, that was simple, clear, and now we have set up our first shiny new liquidity pool.
Yep.
Now I want to take a look at what it's like on the day-to-day over your shoulder and just see what it's like to manage the whole thing, right?
Sounds good. I just want to mention one point, that it's only simple and clear because of all the preparation that we put into it in advance, and planning things out, mapping things out. So there's no questions when you get to the point of actually creating the liquidity position. You know the exact numbers that you need to plug in to get things kicked off. So yeah, don't shortcut the preparation process, and it makes this the fun part.
All right, so this next video is the finish line for the core training, but remember, there are amplifier sessions. I'll bring that up again at the end of that video. So we're going to see you demonstrate exactly the process that you go through managing on a day-to-day basis, and also the decision triggers that you use, right, for taking any action in that management process. So without further ado, let's get to it. Boom.